Once you've sent them the template, they've gotten back to you, you've gotten your samples, you've tested the samples, you went over your private labeling, you got everything, you've negotiated the price, you got the price where you want it, where you like it, you guys agreed on terms of services, terms of conditions, excuse me. It's time to begin manufacturing. A lot of manufacturers that I deal with require 30% down. This is like like basically a third down, 30% down to start the manufacturing process. Okay, this, especially if it's your first business endeavor with this person, or your first transaction with this supplier, they will allow you to do it through PayPal. Okay, to build and establish that trust. What you want to do is you do not want to pay that 30% with your PayPal balance or your bank associated to that balance. What you want to do is you want to create an additional level of security. So basically, another layer of security. You want to pay via PayPal through goods and services utilizing a credit card. Now, what this does is this gives you an additional layer of security. That way, if anything shady happens or anything happens that's not to your liking, not only can you create a case through PayPal, but then you can create a case through the bank. And the banks, they don't play around. PayPal, they might give you some pushback, there might be some turnaround, but the banks, they don't play around. And it's most definitely worth that extra 3% for the extra level of security. Once your product's manufactured and it's complete, it's ready to ship, it's ready to pack and then ready to ship, they are going to require the remaining 70%. Some of your suppliers may allow you to continue paying through PayPal. Usually what I like to do, if they don't request this, is I like to mention, hey, and maybe you want to wait to your second or third transaction. Maybe the first or second transaction, get it to U.S. soil, pay strictly through PayPal, okay? Make sure you have that security. And then on that third transaction, after you've established a layer of trust with them, and you trust them, say, we can do this through Bankwire. And what's going to happen is it's going to save them more money, and in the long run, make them happier, which they will help you and make you happier in return. Kind of like an eye for an eye type situation. A lot of guys, they might, if it's a large order, they might require that. I have some guys that I still I use PayPal. Some guys will allow you to do PayPal, like I said, to build that trust. But some smaller guys, they might require that wire transfer because they want the least amount of fees as possible. PayPal fees international for China is ridiculous. I know they pay a lot of fees. So that wire transfer eliminates a lot of fees. It usually costs, depending on your bank and where you're located, between $25 and $50 to do the wire transfer. And it's quick, just like PayPal. It's almost instantly. What I recommend on the first transaction before paying the 70% is having an inspection done. And not somebody for their company emailing you one picture saying that everything passed QC or quality control and that we're ready to ship. I mean, contacting a third party, okay, almost like if you buy a car unsight unseen on eBay, you can go and you can hire somebody to come inspect it and give you a report. Or if you buy a house, the bank wants, before it goes to underwriting, they want an inspection to evaluate the house's condition as well as market value. Same principle. Go ahead and hire a inspector, somebody who's trustworthy, who has good reviews, who has been in the game for a long time, to come to the manufacturing facility, okay, and do a report on the product. So they'll do a quick quality control. They'll count the amount of pieces. They'll take detailed pictures of the pieces. If it's a flashlight, they'll use the flashlight and make sure it's functioning. They'll do this huge detailed report and function test report to make sure that you are getting exactly what you pay for. And this is huge. I wish I would have known this when I was starting out, because one of the products I started out with was an electronic, and I got bombarded with negative reviews because it was not functioning properly, or it was not functioning as they advertised on Alibaba and how I in return advertised, so it was false advertising. So this will save yourself a lot of money, a lot of headache, as well as a lot of bad reviews. Now you might be thinking, man, the inspection, that's probably gonna cost 300, 400, 500 bucks. Believe it or not, you can get some quality, trustworthy inspectors for between $99 and $179. And believe, man, this is worth it, guys. Especially on that first shipment from the manufacturer. You guys have no trust. You don't know this guy, Adam from Eve. I definitely recommend it. And you can even, once you go through this template, you find the manufacturer, you agree on a price, you're getting ready to send them that 30% down to start and to get the ball rolling on manufacturing. You can type up a quick thing, a quick 1 sentence or 2 sentence thing that says that that upon completion of manufacturing, before 70% funds are released, I'm going to have an inspector come to your facility, inspect it, and if it does not pass inspections under my qualifications and to my liking, then you, the supplier or the manufacturer, will have to pay for a re-inspection until it passes to my standards. So number one of two things why this is good. Number one, before you give them that 30% down and you pay them any money, they know, okay, this guy's a professional. He sent me this huge template. He sent me screenshots of 1688 communications. He knows about the Chinese B2B market. He knows about inspections. He is going to send an inspector to my facility. So if I'm running things half-assed or incorrectly, or if I'm trying to hurry up and pump out seconds, to dump them, I'm going to get found out. So let me not play around with this guy. Let me not waste his time. And secondly, if I mess up, me, the supplier, I got to pay for another inspection, which is $100. So they definitely don't want to do that. They're losing enough money with logistics. So that's a key. Number one key, number two key. Number one key, pay using PayPal through cost of goods or services using a credit card, not your personal bank balance. Add that second layer of protection by paying with a credit card through PayPal, not your bank balance. And then make sure before you give them the 30%, you let them know, I am going to send an inspector to your facility before I send you the remittance or the bank wire transfer for the 70%. And if it's not to my liking, you are to pay for the second inspection and to make anything that was improper proper and rectify any discrepancies. That will save you guys a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of headache. Those two tips right there is worth this whole module. So make sure you guys write that down and keep that in your notes. That's super huge. So before we wrap this up, let's go over to Quazoom. You just go to Google, type in Quazoom.com. This is kind of like a broker that I use, all right? And you guys can see the different types of inspections. You can get pre-production inspection, during production inspection, labeling and packing check, pre-shipment inspection, quality inspection, factory suppliers and audits before you even choose a supplier. There's a whole bunch of different types of inspections you can get done. Starting out for your first product, you're probably going to order 300 units or 100 units or 500 units. You're not going to order 25,000 units. So you don't need to go into this depth. All you need is the pre-shipment inspection, okay? And they're going to send you a huge detailed report letting you know the quality is up to standard, they function, there's nothing broken. They're going to double count, because I've had miscounted, I've had mislabeled, I've received wrong products, I've received broken products. I'm telling you, this $100 is going to save you a lot of money. And maybe you have a simple product. If you have a simple OEM product that really can't come dysfunctional or come broken, then you really don't need it. And if you don't go this route, just make sure you email them and tell them when you're giving them that 30%, or when you're talking to them on Skype and you tell them, before I give you that 30% down, Look, I don't feel necessary that I need a inspection or inspector to come to your facility and inspect my product, but I would like detailed pictures of the case as well as the case products, the condition, and the final private label product. That way, it lets you know, it lets them know that you're on top of your game. You know about the manufacturing process, you know about the logistics, and you're not some guy in his underwear drinking beer on the couch doing this from a smartphone. All right. So there's a bunch of different guys, and I'm sure you guys can look on forums. Go to overseas inspection for shipping, something along those lines, and find reviews. Maybe look at the Chinese Better Business Bureau, something like that. Get some reviews. This is just who I use. It's a broker. They help you find somebody. All right. They have killer prices, all this good stuff. Good reviews when I was checking it out. The price is right, $100. You'll see some services for $300, $400. So definitely do that. And yeah, it's a lot of information. You guys might have to watch this a couple times over, take notes. But I just try to list everything that I know and everything that I do and everything that I did not do. That way I can save you guys time, save you guys money, save you guys a headache, and help you guys maximize your success. We'll see you in the next section.